Welcome back. First things first, we're going viral. After the Eagles won the Super Bowl on Sunday, fans took to the streets to celebrate. One couple decided to make the night extra special. Take a listen.
You know what my daddy always taught me?
What?
If you ever get a chance to propose to a woman that attends a riot with you while drinking a 40-ounce of Old English, you can't pass that up. I mean, no better pairing in America right there.
Let me tell you something. Man, I didn't drink a lot of Old English. Let me tell you what follows after Old English. Typically get some other drugs or something, and normally fighting, followed by bad breath. She need a breath mint.
Oh,
that Old English, boy, that Old English don't taste
Man,
good.
a 40-ounce of OE on the streets at 2 in the morning. Mommy, Daddy, how'd you guys get engaged?
At least she took the brown bag off of while she was drinking.
I mean...
Can I just say, like, love you guys. This is how different we are. A, didn't even see that, and B, I thought you were going to say that it was so cold and she wasn't even wearing, like, a hat or scarf.
What?
I know, it's not my show.
No, that's not what it is.
No,
First
what
things
show
first.
is it? No, what number?
Oh, 111.
Jenna found out 111 shows. We different. Okay, bro. We done done something.
I didn't think you could ever find a less romantic version of the stadium proposal, but the riot proposal with the 40-ounce of
40-ounce is
now,
it?
Cece, when you were in college, did they do what I know Deontay and Jamila and Ange and the young folks on our staff, what they call Edward 40 hands? Do you know what that is?
I don't. Tell me.
You duct tape 2 40s to your hand. But never mind, I'm encouraging bad behavior by young Americans.
And then what do you do?
I take it back. I'll tell you off the air. I forgot we were on television for a moment. Cece gave me the look like, Nick, shut up.
What happens when you sober up? Does that last?
What? Those guys? I mean, the video lasts
As
forever.
long as the Eagles keep winning, it does.
The lasts 6 weeks.
Stories to start your morning.
A relationship on OD.
Oh, gosh.
You got to upgrade to some wine.
Hey, Jazz shooting guard Donovan Mitchell, who's been having a great rookie season, will replace the injured Aaron Gordon in the dunk contest. Mitchell said he's already been Googling dunk options, so he'll be fully prepared. You know, he likes to study up on these things. CC, this has been your guy all season. How excited are you for this?
I'm very excited. Not only a dunker, though, averaging 19 points, almost 20 points as a rookie, shooting 35% behind three-point line. So he's not just a dunker. He is a great basketball player. Everyone, get on the bandwagon now. This guy should be Rookie of the Year. Plays in Utah, dynamic. He's on the list of only a few other rookies that have done this. 2 of the other rookies, Mitch Richmond and Larry Bird.
What,
there's a
volume
list of 4.
Of threes?
Yes. No, the percentage, 35%
35%
and 19 points.
with 19
Both of
points
those.
as a rookie.
Get some, Ben. It's called shooting the ball.
Okay, well, I don't now. Since you brought up Ben Simmons, I'll go with you there. Listen, Ben Simmons right now is the Rookie of the Year, but Donovan Mitchell has been gaining on him steadily. And if Donovan Mitchell wins the dunk contest and raises his profile, it shouldn't play into it, but it will.
Oh, then you can jump on the bandwagon.
I'm not jumping on any
because of the dunk contest and everything.
There's no bandwagons here. I just watch the games. I try to do impartial, fair analysis. Right now, Ben Simmons slightly
And
ahead.
D. Mitch gave me a follow on Twitter. Follow at you.
Oh, there we go. There's the bandwagon.
No, that was before that I was hyping him up. He realized there's a part of the national media that likes his game. It's called Chris Carter.
The Warriors currently have the best record in the NBA, but they are still looking to improve because why not have caviar with your fondue? Golden State is looking to improve their bench. Reportedly, recently looking at the Clippers' Avery Bradley. Nick, should the Warriors make a move?
Is caviar healthy, Jenna?
Well, caviar could be healthy.
Okay, good. That's all
it's
I want
rich.
to know. I appreciate it.
Rich.
All right.
Fondue, not so much.
To the question, the Warriors, listen, Avery Bradley would be a good addition. He's having a very poor year, but he's a very good defender, even though the defensive metrics do not like him. The eye test tells you he's a great defender. The Warriors, though, even if they don't pull off this trade, most teams, their rosters are locked after the trade deadline. The great teams, their rosters are not, because when a veteran gets bought out, a guy like Vince Carter or something like that, sometimes those guys then go and sign with the championship contenders, none of which are more contenders than the Golden State Warriors.
Man, if they're going to add someone, I would love Avery Bradley as a player. great defender, can also knock down shots, is good in the locker room. When you're a team like Golden State, you don't need another shooter. You need someone to be able to help out Clay and be able to defend these people that make Steph, make his minutes less taxing. Also give Durant easier assignments, let him defend the paint. I love Avery Bradley. If he goes to Golden State, the best team just got better.
Moving on to the NFL, former Vikings head coach Mike Tice is reportedly stepping away from the game. After 35 years, Tice, who most recently served as the offensive line coach for the Raiders, says players no longer want to be coached. CC, Tice was your coach with the Vikings. What was your reaction to this?
He was also one of my teammates. So I played with Tice. He's also been a coach on the staff. And when Dennis Green was let go, he took over as an interim. So me and Tice go way back. Him and his family. He's a very good coach. This is, if you talk to coaches around the league, yes, this generation of players, they are a little bit different. And Mike Tice is an old school throwback. When he was a quarterback at Maryland at 6'7", ended up going to have a 16-year NFL career as a tight end, a blocking tight end. Tice can't run at all. But he's right. He's an old school coach. People don't like the in-your-face and constant getting on you. This generation of athletes is a little bit different. So there's a lot of truth to what Tice is saying.
Sounds a little old man yelling at a cloud-ish, but I know, listen, this is a guy you actually know, so I'll defer to you on that. I do believe, though, it is, and listen, if he wants to get out of coaching, that's totally his prerogative. But it is the coach's job to evolve to the players. Not the player, like that generation of players. It's one of the things that, for example, in college, Coach K has done a really good job on. Other coaches have not. Like, you have to constantly evolve to the new generation of players. If you feel the new generation of players don't want to be coached, I guess your options are to either get out of coaching or adjust the way you're coaching, because the generations of players aren't going to change.
I think he's been very, very successful if you look at 35 years.
Oh, no doubt. I'm saying, but if that's your feeling at the moment, then I think that's the right move for him.
Finally, both Patriots coordinators will be moving on. Josh McDaniels reportedly will take the Colts head coaching job, despite rumors he was going to back out. And Matt Patricia is officially taking over the Detroit Lions. CC, how big of a deal is it that both Pats coordinators are leaving?
It's a huge deal. It's Belichick's tree is running out of branches, too. So when you look at New England's organization, it's not, I would say, as inviting to young or other coaches in the league, because there's only certain coaches that have an existing relationship with Bill or can get over that trust factor. So now you're losing your number one guy on the defensive side of the ball, losing your number one guy on the offensive side of the ball. Of course it affects. Bill Belichick's going to have to coach harder this offseason than any offseason that I remember to be able to replace him, because how many of the assistant coaches and members of the staff, video people, does Patricia take? Does Josh take? Because they're going to take some people from New England. So this franchise, it will feel the effect of both of these guys leaving it.
I remember Coach Mangini telling us about when they were hiring a guy, that it was for the lowest level job. And the head coach, all the coordinators, everyone was in the room grilling this person about, it was the young coach, I'll think of his name in a moment, but grilling Dable. It was the guy that's Alabama, Brian Dable. They were hiring him for the lowest level job in the organization, and they are drilling him for hours and hours and hours because Belichick takes that coaching staff so seriously. So CeCe's point that it's not just the coordinators, it's the other people that they've spent a lot of time and resources on cultivating, that leaving matters. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, they might have gotten better, though. If they get Greg Schiano, if he is the replacement, like, I think that could be an upgrade for them on the defensive side of the ball.
In the NFL, it's not the X's and O's, bruh. It's the Willies and the Joes. They do not have great personnel. So to think Greg Schiano got better personnel at Ohio State. I mean, no, for Ohio State, he's got more options.
For Ohio State, okay.
He's got 3 or 4 defensive backs that will be in the NFL. He's got 4 of his 9 defensive linemen, I can guarantee you, will be first-round picks in the NFL. So when I say relative to college and the options, yes, now, is he closer to getting a head job by going back with Belichick because he had the Tennessee job? That's probably the best thing for him, but it's not a better job. He doesn't have better things that he can do with the personnel.
My point is, as far as talent of the coordinator, I don't think the drop from Patricia to Schiano exists. Like,
No. That's a great,
my point.
Yeah,
I think I don't know who their offensive coordinator is going to be, but I don't think their coaching staff, I don't think they got worse at the coordinator position, the Patriots, from Patricia to Schiano. I think Schiano's a very good coach.
Right. It's just like when I was with the Vikings. I mean, we had a great staff. When Dennis Green was the head coach, our defense coordinator was Tony Dungy.
Yeah.
Our offense coordinator was Brian Billick. Now, we lost Tony first. He took part of the staff with him. And then, when Brian Billick left to go to Baltimore, he took part of the staff with him. That actually, 2 years later, when Denny was fired, their only option was Mike Tice.
Right.
Because the other guys had gone other places. So, yes, there is a tremendous effect when you lose great people.
Quickly, how coveted is the position to be a coordinator to work for someone like Bill Belichick?
You in a hurry to get yelled at?
That's what I'm saying.
You in a hurry to get yelled at?
On paper, it seems amazing, but I'm worried that maybe that's a little bit of what it is.
Call Mangini. See if he wants to go back there.
But it is great for people's careers. Almost all those coordinators have gotten head coaching opportunities. Not many have been successful. If you can deal with it, it's great career upward mobility.
Jenna, you want to eat a whole humble pie every day. Because that's what it is working with Bill Belichick.
I couldn't even get the question out. Did you hear me? The coordinator. All right, now that the 2017 season is in the books, it is time to move on to